Darth Millennial is one of the weirdest and most unhinged Sith Lord. He's actually my 20th favorite. That's right, I have a top 20. And that's a series of videos that I'm about to do, but let's do a character analysis. First, we gotta lay the groundwork and tell the story, but what's gonna make these videos special is I'm just gonna give my take on the character and how they affect the rest of the universe, because I think that's very intriguing to discuss with you guys. Darth Millennial was a human male with a third eye. Literally and metaphorically, he could see into the future, and we're gonna get into why I don't think that that makes any sense at all. Character seeing into the future is not new. In the Clone Wars, the Son showed Anakin what he was going to become as Darth Vader, which is almost what made Anakin align with the Son in the Clone Wars. So I'm not saying that seeing into the future in Star Wars doesn't make sense. What I am saying is that Darth Millennial supposedly could see into the future, and at the end of his life, he said that he regretted his decision. So you would think he would have the foresight to not do what he did. So let's talk about what he did. So the Sith established the rule of two, starting with Darth Bane, because before that it was called the rule of the strong. This is actually canon, this isn't just legends. There are a bunch of Sith Lords, constant infighting, constant power struggle. Think Europe in the medieval ages, right? They're just constantly going at it, they want to be the most powerful, which kind of makes sense. Sith doctrine, Sith logic. However, there was a huge war, and Darth Bane, who survived the war, he was, I believe, the only survivor, decided that there should only be one Sith Master and one apprentice. And eventually that apprentice is going to overtake that master, and there's going to be a cycle. Think Tenebris to Plagueis. Some of you don't know about Darth Tenebris. That's just Darth Plagueis' master. No big deal. He's one of the Cantina Band looking guys. They're called Bith. That's their species. He shoots red force lightning out of his hands. Darth Tenebris is actually really dope and not talked about. Tenebris to Plagueis. Plagueis to Palpatine, Palpatine to Vader. That's essentially how it is supposed to work. But before, like I said, it didn't work like that. It's a bunch of Sith Lords all at the same time doing wacky activities, wacky dark side stuff. So Darth Millennial was the apprentice of Darth Cognis, who was the apprentice of Darth Zana, who was the apprentice of Darth Bane. So Darth Bane had just started the rule of two, and 4 Sith Lords in, Darth Millennial said, how about we don't? How about I just start my own religion? And that is exactly what he did. And that is absolutely hysterical to me, because we just started this new thing and he said, no, actually, I don't want to die. I'm going to go do my own thing. So what he did is he went to a different planet. I forget the name of the planet. And he started his own dark side religion. I'll put the name of the religion on screen because I am a human encyclopedia for Star Wars, but I don't remember literally everything off the top of my head. And essentially what happened in the Legends continuity is 1,000 years later, Palpatine found this and said, oh, that's cool, but I don't like it. So he wanted them all purged, so the Inquisitors purged them all, which is actually really sad, because if you got your ass handed to you by the Inquisitors, who notoriously get clowned on by Ezra Bridger. That's not a shot at Ezra Bridger. I love Ezra Bridger. But they get dookied on by Ezra Bridger and Kanan Jarrus. And you're supposed to be this ancient cult who's capable of magical foresight. Kind of doesn't make them sound like a very formidable threat. Which is why Darth Millennial is all the way down at number 20 for my top 20 favorite Sith Lords. But I do love the fact that, first of all, his picture, the character art, he's shooting 2 different colors of force lightning. That's awesome. I mess with that heavy. His whole vibe is just fantastic. Like, I totally vibe with the fact that he just said, I'm going to do my own thing. I also like the fact that he thought outside the box. But when it comes to a pros versus cons, which I'm going to now explain towards the end of all of these videos why I have them ranked the way I do, he just barely squeaks into the top 20 because he's interesting. But I can't put him any higher because his whole dark side religion didn't really amount to anything. Towards the end of his life, he said, hey, maybe this was a bad idea. And also, there's like no lore. Like, everything I told you is what it is. There's nothing else. He ran away, started his own religion, died. That's it. He tried to be different. I respect that. Next video is going to be my 19th favorite Sith Lord. But technically a face reveal. So, hello to my 26 subscribers. I appreciate you for sticking around for over half a year.